Oh, man.
The Lost Art Project. Veterans' Voices. Preserving the stories of those who served, protecting their legacies for generations to come.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a fireside chat with the crew. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying these podcasts? Make sure you go hit up the website. That's right, the Lost Art Project, veteransvoices.org. Check us out, see what we're all about. I'm telling you, we got some great stuff up there, so anything you could do to help us would be much appreciated. A big shout out to the All Coin over at Brav. They are nice enough to let us have a digital coin. That's right, for anybody that comes on the show, we get to shoot out this digital coin. It's a pretty cool thing. You need to check them out at allcoin.brav.co. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say that the Marine Corps League now the Marine Corps League has veteran service officers. So you can go check them out at mcleague.org, VSO locator, or you can dial 703-207-9588, extension 299.
The Lost Art Project Veterans Voices would like to thank our sponsors. Saddleback Leather Company, saddlebackleather.com. They will fight over it when you are dead. Brav, allcoin.brav.co. Preserving the stories behind your challenge coins. Honor Dog Designs. Find them at honordogdesigns.com. Swag made just for you. Tinker Federal Credit Union. Visit tinkerfcu.org to learn more about their military rewards program.
Oh man, we're back. Look at this crew that we got with us today. This is a pretty good crew, I think. It's been a while since we had this many on. Hopefully everything's Vic looks like he's having a hard time. I don't know. But we'll start with Jess. He's having a hard time. He logged out. Jess, how you doing, man?
I kind of talked to you a little bit before this, but I had a surprise 50th birthday party my wife put together. She's been planning this for the last few months. I'm humbled and just grateful, and I know I deserve every one of my enemies, but I know I don't deserve every one of my fucking friends. That's for sure. And I had brothers flying in from San Diego and Virginia and driving across the state. It's probably 50 to 100 people there. I'm just floored by it. My
Awesome.
wife's amazing. I don't understand how I deserve any of this. And it's like I said, I know I deserve every one of my enemies, hands down, but I know I don't deserve any of my friends. So yeah, I'm humbled.
Well, they obviously think that you deserve it, so it's a pretty good deal.
Don't understand them, but all right, they might be crazy. I don't know. They might be on them.
I mean, that's probably true. I mean, they know you, they're friends with you, so they have to be a little crazy, you know?
But they had fun. So there was a picture of me coming in from snow blowing. It was 5-10 degrees, and they put a giant cutout of it. So they're all taking pictures of me doing the Wakanda with the double fingers. And I'm like, all right. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's 10 below zero. I wasn't responsible for my own actions at that point. But
yeah, that's a good point, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cold gets to your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets to everywhere else too. I thought we were going to lunch, and I was going to mow the lawn and do some basic stuff yesterday. I had breakfast with friends I was on the Muse with. I haven't seen some of these guys in 6-7 years. I know I'm super grateful, and I'm just super humbled, and be a better person. That's all it makes me want to be. So
nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. We didn't sing happy birthday to you. Maybe we should all sing happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to he said, why don't take your headphones off? Happy birthday, dear Jess. Happy birthday to you.
That was all the way yesterday, so there's that.
Well, I mean, we got to get caught up, so it's all good. All right. Well, we'll move past the birthday boy. We're going to go on down to the Mikester down there. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, I'm doing good, Andrew. It's all good. Can't complain. Enjoying Mark's weather from San Diego here in Southwest Georgia. So
Okay.
it's been like that for the
Nice.
last 2.5 months. So I don't know what he's crying about.
Yeah. Oh man, he's just finally catching up to the rest of us. Yeah,
That is pretty warm for San Diego, though.
that is really warm for San Diego. Yeah, we haven't got to that on the official channel, so not everybody heard that. That was the discussions before. So we'll go to Mark. Mark, what are the temperatures out there in sunny Southern California?
The last week, it has been in the upper 90s inland, probably upper 80s, low 90s, sometimes even closer to the shore. And then up in the mountains and the desert, of course, it's well over 100. It's been like that for, like I said, well over a week. And it's scheduled for another 10, 12 days of this.
Oh wow!
Plus, there's some type of monsoon down in the Baja Peninsula that's causing the humidity to rise here in Southern California.
Oh
So
wow!
it's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't even go outside. It's not even worth it at that point.
Then add that with the politicians and prices, and just, it's just need to leave this place.
Mark just can't help himself. Mark can't help himself.
I think
you can see it. He's like, he starts shaking.
it's like the temperature. It's rising. Is it? Love it. Oh man, good stuff. All right. Well, there's Vic, man. Vic had a rough go coming in here. Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Me either. At first, I couldn't hear anybody, and then as soon as I could log in and hear everybody, then we just had our Wi-Fi router went out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, they brought a whole new router and all that stuff, all the equipment, but it's not as powerful as our old one was. So I struggled with connection out here. So I had to sneak up to my phone, hotspot stuff. I mean, whatever. Technology, right? Saving everybody's life. Anyways,
that's everybody using what is it? Chat GPT and all that. They're kicking on.
Yeah.
Trying to get their homework done before tomorrow. So.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, luckily,
now everybody's back in school.
We have an opportunity to slow down and enjoy a Jaguar. These I've smoked these before. This is the first time I smoked. This is a Robusto, 5x50-ish. If you notice, look at the end
that
of
one's
it.
square.
It's
square.
It's not square at all.
I don't know. It looks square on the other angle.
Yeah, it's so if you look at, if you look at it that way, you can kind of see where it's creased. But these are the ones that they don't use box molds. They take a bunch of literally a handful of 20 cigars, a bunch of 20 cigars, and then they wrap them in palm leaves, tightly in palm leaves, while the tobacco still has to cure. So they cure wrapped in palm leaves. The outer wrapper is a Connecticut broadleaf, and it is Nicaraguan binder and filler. So it's leathery and earthy and all those nice flavors that I enjoy. But they're just a nice, relaxing cigar. Unfortunately, they only put them out once a year, though. So,
really?
Yeah. So when they're gone until next year.
Huh. Why do they do that? Just
demand,
Yeah.
because then they can sell them for a decent price and make a lot more. Connecticut broadleaf and Nicaraguan binder and filler are not uncommon, but the way they put them in palm leaves, it takes a little while. So it's their little shtick, I guess. But
yeah,
they seem to have a little bit of a different flavor. I don't know how much of the flavor is imbued from the palm leaf, but they do have a little bit more of an earthy flavor that I like. I don't know, but they're just nice, relaxing cigars.
Well, every Catholic kids know that there's like a special smell that palm leaves have when you burn those damn things.
True that, yo.
What's the name of it? Jaguar?
Jaguar.
Wasn't that a song by Hall & Oates? Jaguar?
I don't know.
It's like, oh, here he comes. Watch out, boys, smoking a Jaguar.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Watch out, boys. Watch out, boys.
That was pretty good. Mike coming in with some good jokes tonight. I like
He
it.
only pulls them out at night. He likes to wrap real tight.
Mike's in a good mood tonight. I like that.
So it's a whole song about cigars? Is that all you're hearing?
That's what he heard. A song about cigars.
I never knew that. I thought it was.
Wow.
You ever heard that song by Hall & Oates?
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was about cigars though.
No, it's not.
The more lines you did, the more it just sounds like it's all about cigars. It all fits.
I gotta write one out. You know, it's like, okay. Every once in a while, I can do stuff like that. Other times, I'm like, yeah, I got nothing.
It's awesome.
So, do you remember beaties, like those little like South Asian like cigarette things we used to get in like Southwest Asia? Like the mini
that I work at sells them all the time.
The cigarillos come in a pack. We used to grab like a pack of those for like $0.25 in like the Middle East, and we brought a bunch of them back. So that smell,
cigarillos.
I guess it confused a couple of lieutenants, and they thought we were smoking weed on the barracks. It was like we're supposed to pass around a bag of beaties, you know? Like, what are you guys doing? We're like, dude, we're just relaxing after like, a trip over to the sandbox, and like, I need all your names and socials. Like, first off, you know, your socials. We had to go down and piss for the Sacco because of that. It was like,
are you serious? Oh, that's funny.
The Sacco,
it's like, funny.
Why were you guys smoking? How dumb are you guys? I guess we're pretty dumb. I don't know why we're here. Smoking weed in the barracks. Like, we were smoking beaties. He was like, God damn it, get out of here.
That's good.
Fucking lieutenant in here, like, okay. Like,
oh man, how do you say that name right there? He says, "Hello, gents."
Laura
Moa.
Okay, well, hello to you too. I have no clue. We got a thumbs up from Dan Hoffman over there. That's Lieutenant Dan. He actually sells dogs. He breeds them and sells them. Little bitty dogs, like, you know, you carry them around in your hand type of dogs. I can't remember what they're called. If you're still here, Dan, put it in the comments. Let us know what they're called. Not Pomeranian. I know it's not that. And then Jonathan Cole hearted us. That was nice of Jonathan. He hearted heart. Hey, Vic, do the heart thing so we can get the heart. Do the heart. Do the heart. You gotta go like this to your camera.
That's just a weird circle.
Yeah, your heart.
Hey.
There you go. There you go.
He's like
oh, it's not going to do it. We tried to heart back. Give us a thumbs up. Well, a thumb. He's crip walking. He's throwing gang signs over here.
It looks like it. I'm surprised his arthritis will allow that. Actually,
me too.
That's a good point.
My hands don't work that way.
Oh shoot! Here we go. Okay. Can I ask a question about? Oh man, I can't see. I gotta put my glasses back on. Somebody read that.
Gentlemen, can I ask a question about among people? If you know anything about our people, and yes, you said my last name correct. I know a lot about the Hmong people, and they're amazing people, and they were our biggest, best allies in Vietnam, and we hung them out to dry on the way home. So, and the communities that they established in America are some of my favorite people.
There you go. See, our resident historian knows all. Hmong. So
Hmong.
Where it's just Hmong.
Hmong.
You don't. The H is silent.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Right on, man.
They were.
We're gonna have to have you on
Southeast Asian.
sometime.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Where are you located?
Movie,
if you don't mind me asking.
It looks like Detroit or Minnesota because there's ice fishing. It looks like.
Yeah.
And
he's somewhere in the
Clint
north.
Eastwood movie, the Hmong people were in that. The Clint Eastwood.
Buddy. That was Clint Eastwood's buddy in
that's right.
Gran Torino.
They're the Hmong. Gran Torino. They're the Hmong people.
Got you.
And they Yep, Minnesota.
All right, Minnesota.
Yep.
All right.
Neighbors.
Yeah,
Neighbors to the
yeah.
east.
Nice. Yeah. So we see the picture of you ice fishing. That's a pretty cool deal right there. Whoa, I jumped back on a thing there. I've never been ice fishing. Anybody else on here been ice fishing? Have you? Well, of course, Jess has. He lives in the Great White North. Mark has too. Oh, dang. Okay.
Of course, Iowa.
Yep.
I didn't
It's
realize
cold there.
that. I didn't realize it got that cold though. Cold enough for a whole lake to freeze over in Iowa.
Yeah.
Of
Really?
course.
Rivers freeze here.
Yeah.
Really?
We used to ice fish on the Missouri River.
On the Missouri?
Yes. And
wow.
We would drive out on the Missouri too, because when you drive your truck out there, that means the ice is thick. So, but yeah, we didn't drive on the Missouri for a lot of reasons, because one of the reasons was every once in a while they release water north of you and it would float the entire pack ice up and you would have open water on the sides because it wouldn't freeze fast enough.
Ooh.
You'd have to
that would be
plank.
bad.
You'd have to drop a plank to get back over sometimes, like a 2x12. Like
what?
You have to drag that plank out in the middle of nowhere. You're like, why we gotta drag this damn thing out? You're like, my grandpa always be like, you'll see. And then one day they used the pack. There was so much water, it actually raised the level of the lake, pulled it away from the side, and then we had to.
That's pretty wild.
Plank to get back to land. So like, that's here we are, but yeah.
Wow.
Ice fishing in Minnesota and Wisconsin and Michigan is in Iowa, North Dakota. Yeah,
yeah. Where's all our listeners from? We got quite a few popping in and out here. It's pretty cool. I appreciate it. Where's everybody from? Where you at? Who are you? Anyways, so what else has been going on with you guys? Anything good?
It's August and school's starting, so we get to see the little gremlins pop out. Yay! But I have a bitch, and this is I wish kids on electric bikes would chill out a little bit and learn a couple rules of the road, because they are ripping through the neighborhoods at about 20, 25 miles an hour on sidewalks and running stop signs. And I really, 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 really wish they would wear at least helmets and observe some basic traffic laws. So that concerns me. And I really think that we have no idea what we're doing with those bikes, because they are way too quick.
Yeah, there's a gang of them here that ride around. They're not really a gang, but
you ask them,
they
might have little
popping
Crip signs.
They might have Crip signs. They're popping wheelies and right, man. If one kid, I saw him pop a wheelie, man, he rode that thing forever. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed with it. I was behind him driving, and so I was watching him very closely because I didn't want him to fall over in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're everywhere, man. Yeah, that's a pretty wild deal. Now, out in San Diego, I imagine you guys got a lot of e-bikes out there.
Oh, it's terrible. Just like Jess was saying, they don't obey any type of traffic laws. They're on the streets, they're on the sidewalks, back and forth, running stop signs, running lights. They're a menace.
Yeah, menace. Wow, man, that's a good one. I like that.
Get off my lawn!
Get off my
scream. Yell at the clouds, old man. Yell at the clouds.
That was good. No, we do not talk politics on here because that gets people too riled up. So we try to steer clear of politics as much as we possibly can.
It could get me unemployed too, so that's what I'm
trying. It could get us well, not us, just him. He's the only one getting unemployed because of it. But so we try to steer clear of it. That's just what we do. And Vic, how's school going, man?
It's going all right. We've been through. I told you we're on the rotating 4x4 there. I think everybody's starting to figure it out. Let's see. We got through the first verse of Immigrant Song and Rock Band, so that's pretty cool. So I think the next verses are going to come quickly after that. Things are looking up. Starting to get. We have our first concert coming up on October 6th. So I'll start passing out some
Wow.
music. Yeah.
That was quick.
We do a we started it last year, and we got basically we call it fall showcase, but it's a talent show.
Okay.
So it's a school talent show, but I make every one of my classes play for it, and so does the choir teacher. So it's basically a concert for us, but we had actually had 3 or 4 acts from the school, or from kids in the school that were not in the music program.
No kidding.
Year. Yeah, so
Wow.
it was a good turnout. It was a really good turnout. So we're gonna do it again this year and see how it goes.
That's really cool. So when you started, there was no music program at all, right?
The woman that I replaced, she had I think she was teaching only part time. Because she came out of her second retirement to teach. The president of the president of the school basically begged her to come teach. So she was just teaching part time, only middle school, and it was basically exploratory music. So pick an instrument, play it, and I'll teach you how to play it. But she only taught 3 classes a day, and then she was done. So they basically hired me to turn that into a full band program.
That's cool.
And the first couple of years were choppy. Sharing room with the choir teacher and sharing rooms with the theology teacher and teaching in the gymnasium while there was gym class going on. I mean, it was Wild West for the music program. And then so this year this is the first year that the choir teacher and I split classes, so we each have our own classroom now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. And then it's coming along. I'm real happy with the way the program's turning out. So can't complain. Like starting to get the little following of kids that want to come to band room all the time, and which is cool.
Hang-arounds?
Yeah, I'm trying to get those hang-arounds,
You got some hang-arounds. They want to maybe they want to become part of the gang. Yeah.
I leave a guitar out all the time so the kids can, basically the house guitar, kids can pick up guitar, and I'll throw them a chord or 2 here or there, something like that, but I'm just trying to create a culture, where kids feel, because not every kid plays sports, and that's okay. So I'm just trying to create an environment, a culture where kids can come in. If they're not sports kids, can come in and hang out, play maybe a little strum on guitar a little bit, and just give them another little, sanctuary, I guess.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a long one. So who wants to read that one?
What you think about Minnesota requirements on law enforcement? As I would like to join, I have asked this question to other law enforcement, and they have told me that other states do not require high education. Let me have your inputs.
I have no input on law enforcement because I've never badged, and the one cop we have is not here.
I know. He'd be the one to answer really good too.
Yeah.
I know in Oklahoma, as far as like city police and stuff like that, you don't have to have a degree or anything. But if you're going for highway patrol, it is a requirement to have a degree, at least in Oklahoma.
I play drums.
Okay.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Well, I honestly, and this is where this is interesting because we're asking, and I'm not trying to, this is not political, but we ask law enforcement to do so many things that are typically not law enforcement scenarios.
That's true.
And there's so many things that if the only tool you have in the toolbox is a hammer, don't expect a screw to get screwed in. It's going to get hammered in. So I'm saying that there's probably some scenarios where they could
That's
use
a good
other
point.
tools in the toolbox. So if somebody's having a mental health crisis and that can be construed as a threat, if everything is considered a threat, then what's scenario? I mean, how are you going to take that down? I mean, I've seen really good stuff in Colorado, especially out there when it came to law enforcement professionals being cross-decked over with therapists and some folks out there, especially around Colorado Springs with a big military population, talking people out of scenarios where they were asking to suicide by cop. So,
that
there's a lot to this.
Therefore, wow, were they not trying to get like therapists and stuff kind of doing ride-alongs with the police or something like that? Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's more of a complete package, though, when you have some type of security element with a environment effort. I mean, it's like all of our mission sets we ran on the MEU. There was nothing where we did only one skill set was doing it. We'd put together a team that fit the scenario.
Yeah, that's
like
a good
if you're
point.
doing a humanitarian assistance, you still have the BLT out there running security. There was not just the guys out there like running ropos and water stations without some type of security element. I mean, this is a one riot, one ranger situation. Those days are over. I think that that's something we need to take a look at as a country. But when our attention span is that of a goldfish, we got to pay attention to there's more to this. And we should probably talk about this as a larger community. And the only time we see cops shouldn't be when it's the worst day of your life. So
that's true.
I think a lot of this, my old man was a Philly PD. He was a beat cop. They didn't have radios. They had call boxes and 38s. And they're not going to do a lot with a revolver and 6 shots. So you had to integrate in with the community and actually be part of that community. And a lot of times that black and white cruiser is the only thing your neighborhood's going to see. So we're doing a lot more in Sioux Falls here when it comes to the police doing neighborhood events, showing up at like barbecues and stuff like that, and actually seeing them. And I think there's some police departments, especially in like Oklahoma and Michigan and Ohio, they're out there stopping and playing basketball with the kids. So yeah, there is a lot that can be done. We're probably not doing it because we're chronically understaffed as police, and defund the police is probably not the best slogan. But like I said, our attention is goldfish. We need to like really take a harder look at this, and we're not doing it.
Yeah,
because our attention span is so weak.
We need, man. Too bad Bone isn't on here with us this week. But Bone is our resident expert.
Mark's got some valid points when it comes to California. You can't just cut everything off and then do something else entirely.
Yeah.
Switch gears that fast without having some type of concerted effort to blend it together and make somewhat of a team. But that takes relationship status like years to get to that level of confidence and those folks have capability. And I think that's where I what makes a MEU work? It's the work up and going through some shared pain and suffering and like
that's a good point.
Doing hard lessons learned, hard after actions. Not I'm saving my ass, but like I'm gonna hang my ass out there because I screwed up and we need to talk this through to get to a better spot. And I think that's where that MEU really kind of opened my eyes to like there is no I'm gonna blame somebody else. It's like no, I screwed this up. I need to figure this better. I let the team down. And that brutal honesty is one of the things we're really missing right now. It's not how I failed, it's how you let me fail and how it's your fault that I screwed this up. And I think that's what I hear a lot of right now.
Accountability. Accountability.
Yes. Accountability. Yes. Brutal accountability. Brutal. And it has to be. I think the thing, and I think most of us came up in the 90s where I have Jim Mattis hanging behind me for a reason because, and there's a picture of me on there. I just saw it too. That's wild. Stickers all over this office. I papered my office, but Jim Mattis's after actions were, this is how we failed. This is how we better. And if you're not failing in working, like in training, you're probably not training hard enough because you got to break it before you can build it. And I think that's where that 90s honesty really worked out for us.
You got to know the limits of everything. So you got to push it to a certain extent.
You got to own your mistakes. Call your own fouls. There's a lot of statements here, but we've got to a point where the zero defect mentality is broken in a lot of organizations. I'm saying if it's egregious, if there is some like malice inside of it, but most of those mistakes aren't malice. Covering it up should be the malice part.
Like I was always taught, and I was always said, there's a difference between a mistake and a blatant disregard for orders, regulations, and common sense.
Yes, and the cover up is usually the problem.
That's usually where it all happens.
And it extrapolates across the organization because if I see him doing it, I'm going to do it. And if nobody calls him out for this, then I'm going to do it I'm going to see where the limit is. And testing those limits, it's just, sometimes we're just giant kids. And we never screw up. Own your mistakes, guys.
I think that is one of the things that unfortunately, a lot of people think that if I screw up, then that's it, man. That's the end of the world. That's the end of my job. That's the end of all this. Whereas if you screw up, own up to it and say, hey, I screwed that up. And, I'm going to do better. I'm going to learn from it. And you push on. People are going to respect that,
Mm-hmm. And that's where I think,
but like I said, back in the, the 90s, when we did have that zero defect mentality, that's it. Like I said, it killed a lot of, like Jeff said, it broke a lot of units. It killed a lot of initiative, drive, and sense of responsibility, because it was you did not want to make a mistake, because it ended your fit reps got long, and especially after the downsizing, after the Desert Storm downsizing, they were looking for reasons to get rid of people.
2-3 DUIs. I mean, that's a trend. I get that, but
correct.
I am the recipient of one of the biggest second chances in a long time. We blew up a barrel on a 25 millimeter because we left the adapter in. It was we left the adapter in for the bore sight kit, and it snapped the barrel. And we watched the muzzle brake just fly end over end downrange.
Oh my God!
Colonel Tulin, our battalion commander, later to be General Tulin, was out there on the range that day struggling. We had an amazing master gunner at the battalion level, and Master Guns Martinez, Gunny Martinez at the time, like, I could chew your ass or we're gonna have a good chuckle about this. You guys are gonna catch some hell, but here's the deal. What did you learn? And we did the after action on site with all of us. Were like just completely broken. We're like, we're not a crew. We can't shoot. We're not even crewmen at this point. We're like, we just take our MOS away. They're like, if you punish somebody and you take them off that horse, they are never going to get back on. He's like, the battalion commander and the master gunners talk to each other, and the battalion commander, John Tulin, was like, get them behind a gun as fast as you can and start building that confidence back up, because I'm not going to lose 3 crewmen because of this. And that was how it worked. And we got to be really good crewmen. We got to be really good gunners.
That's really not the mentality of a lot of leadership, especially in the 90s.
Exactly.
But I came up under the stars, though. So that was Garza, Tulin, Mattis. I mean, all of these guys were like, we can't afford to lose Marines in the 90s because they're not coming out to 29 Palms. So fix them, get them back in the fight. And that was a big change.
Andrew, remember if a drill instructor in 2nd Battalion got in trouble, did he go out on quota and have the easy life?
No. No.
He went to another company and he worked.
Yeah, that's right.
He got retrained and he got worked, got rehab.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
How you recover dictates the organizational character as well.
Proves who you are.
It also dictates, because you're going to be loyal to that unit for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah.
And that's why you start seeing the wolves everywhere and the call trops and like these tattoos and like the association popping back up. That's what makes a unit a real unit. It's not your best accomplishments. It's like how you recover from a mistake. That's the true character of a unit, I believe.
Yeah. But Mike is right. There's so many people out there that don't want to give chances.
And I know I came up under blast. I know I came up under the stars. I came up under like just this amazing organizational. The first Mardiv at the time was just, we kind of came up in a different world, and I think we knew it.
Definitely.
Yep. But we saw the lateral units just hammering people for reasons and just like making examples out of them. Like, you're basically breaking your unit from the inside out.
Yeah.
You're turning a somewhat recoverable offense into a toxic cancer, and it's going to spread. Because they're not going to take chances. They're not going to do the thing. They're not going to step up for you when you need it the most, because they're going to be afraid to. They're going to be like, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. We've all been in situations where the command, isn't really there to support you. What are some examples that you guys have that you were able to work through, or anything when times were tough like that?
Well, that's where leadership really steps in. And Mark, I think you can attest to this too. Sometimes you have to build a scar over you and just take the beating for your guys and put a protective shell around them. And they gave us rockers for reasons. That rocker,
and then
you turn it upside
you,
down and just put a shell over them and put a
and that's
protective
part
umbrella.
of
Get the
caring
shit off
for
them.
your people is
Yep.
is holding them accountable, then retraining them, and letting them prove themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had shitty leaders before, but I think one of my favorite staff NCOs pulled me aside one day. Is like, now that you got a rocker, it's not something to sit on and take it easy. You got to turn that thing upside down because that's really an umbrella. You're protecting your guys and building them, and
that's a good way of looking at it.
And you're keeping the shit off of them. So earn it, own it, live it.
Yeah.
And that was my welcome to the other side. Like, there's not mistakes anymore. You got to learn to take a beating. It was
good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I have a YouTube channel.
When I was at Quantico, my OIC at Quantico was just an absolute piece of shit. I could not stand him. And there are still some times that, like, if I ever saw him on in a dark alley, I'm not sure what I would do. Just an absolute piece of shit. Love to threaten staff or sergeants and above with their fitness reports. My first fitness report was straight B's, so I would have room to grow. Yeah, I'm just a real winner when it came to leadership. But I told him that I wanted to be, I wanted to be a conductor, and I wanted maybe even be a band officer someday. And he literally told me, he goes, "You shouldn't have shown me your cards." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Now I know every decision you're going to make is because it's biased. You're making that decision because you're trying to get to the next level instead of growing where you're at right now." And I'm like, "What? You're my OIC. You're supposed to want to cultivate what?" Because I was a brand new staff sergeant, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. And then as I spent the next 3 years there, oh my gosh, man! And then I figured it out. It was every it was about a month after I got there. He put me on the podium to run rehearsal, and he embarrassed me on the podium. He started hitting me on the podium, like slapping my arms, like leaving marks on me and shit. And when I went into the Three Amigo office, to the other staff and CO office, and I'm like, "I'm heading over to the IG. What are you talking about? That was hazing. What he just did to me was hazing. I'm gonna go file a hazing." They're like, "No. He does that to everybody." I'm like, "That doesn't make it right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
And I'm
doesn't
like,
make it right.
Yeah. And then I mean, fast forward about another year. I'm the section leader for the percussion section. And fast forward about a year, we get in. So when I showed up, like, the percussion section, normally you don't sit on one instrument. You play everything. But this band officer wanted everybody to specialize on one instrument, which is dumb. So when I showed up, the guy that I was replacing was the snare drummer. So I replaced the snare drummer, and I was the snare drummer for the rest of the time that I was there. So we had the situation where one of the corporals had to go to corporal's course. So he came back the day before a gig, but he wasn't there for the rehearsals for the gig. But he was a snare drummer, and he knew all the music. So when we were down 2 drummers for whatever reason. So I put him on snare drum, and I picked up the cymbals because I'm a staff and CO. I can fucking play cymbals for whatever. And we go to the gig. I went to the Three Amigo office, and I said, "Here's the situation. This is what I'm going to do. What do you guys think?" And they were like, "Yes, do it." All right. So went into my the drum major and the enlisted conductor, by billet. The drum major was the staff sergeant. So by billet, he was senior to me. We were equal rank. And the enlisted conductor was a gunny. So I went in. I cleared it with them. This is what I plan on doing. They knew that he was a snare drummer. They cleared it. All right, good. So we go to the gig. And we play the first tune. And the band officer comes through the band at the gig. We're on the parade deck. He comes through the gig, through the band, and starts yelling at me because this corporal is on snare drum when I did the rehearsal on snare drum. And he goes, this, that. And he's knife handing me in the middle of a gig. And you're going to take that. You're going to play snare drum. Well, this corporal, I'm 6'2". This corporal was like 5'6". So the snare drum was like this high. So for the rest of the gig, I'm playing snare drum like this. And Then as soon as we get back off the bus, the band officer's like, Staff Sergeant Nate, come see me right now. So I go in his office and he lays into me, this, that, and this, that. And who do you think you are making decisions? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, all right. I don't see the drum major or the EC in here. Who are the staff and COs that okayed this? And he's screaming at me. So as soon as he laid into me for like half an hour. Who do I think I am making decisions as a staff and CO?
Yeah.
So I
How dare you?
I went into the Three Amigos office and I looked right at the staff sergeant. I said, F you. And I turned the gun in. I said, F you. Where the hell were the two of you assholes at during all of this? We made the decision together, all this. And the staff sergeant's like, hey, watch how you stuck into a gunnery sergeant. I said, F you again and F you both. You know that I'm right. And I left. Oh, my gosh, man. That was the type of toxic environment that we had in that band. Everybody, the entire unit was in damage control. Everybody kept their head down. Nobody made direct eye contact. I mean, it was all about survival.
When was this, Vic?
When or where?
When? I know you said
when. This was 2007 to 2009.
Okay. I was thinking it was earlier than that, but it may have been. I was thinking it was a band officer began with an S and ended with an O.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't said his name on. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who that is. Anybody that was in while he was in knows exactly this character.
Well, that's exactly how 29 Palms was.
Yeah.
And, when I got there in 93, it was so bad that, it was like we were beat into submission every day. It's like nobody could do anything right, no matter how hard anybody tried. So everybody just quit. Nobody cared. And we paid the price for not caring. So then when we get on the bus to go to like Colors or go to anywhere, there was a bunch of us, corporals. We started this whole thing. And I won't say his name either, but he was the enlisted band leader at the time. Gunny, last name was started with a P. He liked to just go off and just tear people apart. And we would rehearse till 9, 10 o'clock at night, stuff like that. And he's like, this is going to continue till I see some motivation and some morale.
Until morale improves.
Yeah. So we got on the bus. We'd get on the bus and just sit there and go, I don't know. And everybody just started doing it. And first he was pissed.
Sounds like you're having a seizure.
We would do it all the way up to the Colors, and they'd hear us coming. And we'd sit there and do it for 20 minutes. And finally, all of a sudden, he's like, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm like, you idiot.
The false motivation claims are fun.
Well, that's what it was, yeah.
So Laura has a question on the bottom. So I think that you got to comment here. So I think that'd be something to take a look at.
Son is joining the Army. Wife is not fond of it. What's your take on joining these days? I say go for it. That's what I say. You're going to learn a heck of a lot, no matter who's in office and running the country. You're going to learn stuff, and you're going to learn leadership. You're going to learn, anything like that. And that's a good starting point in life, in my opinion.
So there's probably a century of experience sitting in this chat. And I think that we all know that there's been great administrations. There's been some not so great administrations. Honestly, it only matters at the individual and group level. And there's stuff that can be done, can't be done, but it's the job, it's the unit that makes it worthwhile. It's never been the president. It's never been the Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense can put decent Secretary of War, what we're calling him, can put the conditions in place for the policies, but at the same time, it kind of matters the small group leadership. I think that's what's more important than anything else. So
yeah, I would agree. Speaking of small unit leadership, we were talking a second ago about not letting a staff sergeant, do his job as a staff sergeant, make decisions and run things. But the opposite of that, if you give people the responsibility it's amazing how they will rise to that occasion and how they will flourish within that. Yeah, you'll have onesies and twosies that may struggle, but the overall arching consistency within a unit is going to improve. It's going to get better, and we proved that at in the One More Div, Vic, with the band there when we were there.
Yep.
And we just. In fact, I told Sergeant Vance, I was like, "Hey, we got it. It's field op thing. You got it. Put it all together, make it happen." And all the sergeants and the corporals put the whole thing together, and it was great. It was fantastic. But they just did it. It didn't have to task a staff NCO. It was good.
Yeah, and the sergeants had a great time because the staff NCO stayed out of the way.
Yeah,
I mean, it was not without oversight. I mean, but you just have staff NCO go spot check. Oh yeah, you guys are doing great. All right, cool. Keep going. Which is what it should be.
Dang, somebody should write a book about all this leadership stuff.
I know, right? There's a guy.
There is a certain book that really talks about all of this. I don't want to. Here it is. Validated Leadership by a certain person that's in here in this chat.
That's even the hardback. Look at that.
That's the hard. Yeah. Hey,
yeah, hardback here too.
You got to get the hardback. I had to wait.
Couldn't get the hardbacks.
No, it took a little while, but it finally came in.
Finally got squared away.
Yeah. He only had to fly in and thump somebody's head to make it happen, but you didn't actually do that, did you?
That sounds like validated leadership right there.
Yeah.
He's validating that.
Yeah, he was.
Inspect what you expect. Yes, right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But development of juniors, that's part of the gig, isn't it?
I thought.
When I was picking whatever level I was at, when I was picking somebody going for Marine of the Quarter, NCO of the Quarter, or meritorious promotion.
Yeah.
Of course they had to have their personal statistics be unquestioned, rifle range, PFT, all that. But as a platoon sergeant, how many of his Marines were selected as, a meritorious promotee? How many were selected as NCO of the Quarter or anything like that? How are they developing their people?
That's good.
Well, I mean, if they use their people as stepping stones to the next rank, then they're probably not doing the rank.
Correct.
They're probably not doing the job.
Nope.
If all they are is accessories in their kit instead of like the reason they're waking up every day, they're probably not doing the right. They're not in the right spot. And you can pick those out as a junior troop really fast too. I'm just an accessory in this guy's rise.
Yeah.
I think lieutenants who think they're going to be general someday, you can pick those out really quick. But the lieutenants that actually, they ask you the questions that aren't just like the, hey, topical things like, what do you think on this situation? They actually have a conversation with you. Those are the ones you're going to go overboard for. Those are the ones you're like, all right.
It's true.
You're going to be a protective of them.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys think about how war is now? And is it a challenge for the new recruit?
I think it always has been a challenge for the new recruit. And war is on ever escalating. Or what's old is new again. It's the decision making and the initiative, I think, that's going to drive all of this. And I think that's where we really, really should concentrate the efforts. It hasn't changed.
Like what you use in war, like the weapon system, or like we're going to drones and we're doing all this other stuff. What you use advances, but you're still utilizing a lot of the same leadership traits. You're still utilizing all that type of stuff. So, you're always going to have that guy on the ground with leadership and taking his guys to the fight.
Yeah. But I mean, you start looking at this with drone and AI coming into play more and more. All right, let's talk about drones. The drones are nothing more than arrows. They had to adjust to arrows back in the day too. They have to find a way to counter drones.
Well, that's
everything is a
gunpowder and
yes.
Yeah.
Dirt works. We talked about that a while back. Dirt always works. So
yeah.
But trenches are back in play again. Maneuver warfare is kind of stifled, but they're still going to have to find a way to maneuver. They're still going to have to do cover and concealment. The basic core concepts are all never going to change.
Yeah.
AI.
You know,
AI is just a tool. Drones are
Yeah.
just a tool. How you utilize those tools, that's where creativity comes in, and that's where initiative comes in. That's where dedication comes in, and all that motive, all the things that recruits and young guys and guys are going through. It's not changing.
Yeah.
comes down
Leadership
to
matters
brilliance
more
in the
than ever
basics.
right now.
Brilliance in the basics. You got to
Yes.
Absolutely.
know the basics of
Mhm.
everything. It's got to be
Yeah.
ingrained in you. It's got to be part of your soul. And then you adjust. Then you improvise, adapt, and
Yes.
overcome through then.
But you have to
Yeah.
build that nice little umbrella that they can actually innovate in. And I
Correct.
think that's where constant war for the past. I mean, we've been at war for God, how many years in a row now? It's not 26. It's more than that, because you can date this all the way back to the 60s. We've been doing this for a minute. Anytime they try and overcompensate through this is how things are and create a silver bullet solution to training and innovation, it's failed and it's crushed innovation. It's developed the 3-block war back from the 90s. Double down on that. Chuck Krulak had one of the best ideas. It's like, you better develop your NCOs at the lowest level as fast as you can and put them in scenarios and talk this through with them. And that's hasn't changed. He just put a name.
Yeah. I was totally expecting Mike to come in with his motivation. And he didn't come in with a moto.
Yet. Double yet.
Yeah.
Arrow.
No, I mean, but it hasn't changed. You can talk about all the bells and whistles of it. It's not going to change.
Yeah.
I was actually watching a show on everything you're talking about right now, Jess. It's I think it's on History Channel, but I can't remember what it's called. But it's a weekly show. But that particular hour show was about AI and how it's being incorporated, not just by us, but by every country in the world.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, everything from, are we afraid of AI taking over? What was the purpose of AI? Is it intelligent enough to do this and do that? And a lot of people say yes and no, but they were saying what's great about AI and how we use it, especially in the military, is it's not necessarily a weapon. It's another tool in the arsenal that we can use that allows us to plan. It allows us to look at things that we can't look at in certain ways sometimes. But then we still have to go back, like you're talking about, to what we know and what we've perfected. AI can give us pointers and give us ideas and then say, okay, it'll in seconds can pick out targets, but we're still the ones that have to do it.
It's shortening the kill chain.
Yes.
And I think the kill chain, if you can do it comes back to the OODA loop too. Observe, orient, decide, act. Observe, orient, decide, act. If I can do it faster than you, I'm probably going to do all right. Boyd had a great point on this when it came to the OODA loop. And I mean, but I know you guys taught it in MCRD because you had to.
No, I don't think they do teach it.
How? That is literally the basics about how we do everything.
It is. I'm not sure they teach it.
They don't get tested on it, so they don't teach it.
Oh, we tested the shit out of it in 29 Palms in the.
Well, yeah, but not boot camp.
Oh, but I think I learned it in boot camp, and then we talked about it more in School of Infantry, and then by the time
I'm pretty sure it's in my book.
You're living it. Yeah, I mean, but I hope so.
For anybody out there, validated leadership.
It's a foundational concept. I taught it to my mom, and it's on her license plate. I was like, all right, cool. But I mean, there is that observe, orient, decide, act. I mean, it's how everything gets done. And if you train your mind,
what Jess is doing, he's back there. He's back there when we're not looking, and he's like reading your book, and he's spouting everything out of your book.
I didn't have to read it. I lived it with him. We're coming from kind of the closest same generation, same places. I read a lot of it.
So, I mean, I've been through as a teacher. I've been through and school board member. I've been through all the same trainings for this and that. I've been to so many conferences and clinics on administration, all that kind of stuff. There are so many different versions of the OODA loop, but they're all the same. They use different words, but they're all the same thing. They use them all over society. The OODA loop is everywhere.
They like to add layers though, and that's bullshit. They're complicated, uncomplicated situation.
Agreed.
Yes.
But I teach OODA loop to my kids when we're in rehearsal.
Yeah.
I use it as rehearsal technique.
Nice. Yeah. Taking
So
it.
I'm
It's better
working
than
with.
Dick Mo.
Well,
It's
I'm working
true.
with a lot of scouts right now.
Protect,
And for the
isolate.
first time
I
in
can't
my
even
career,
remember what it stands for.
Correct. Move on.
I'm
Correct.
working with a
Move
lot
on.
of
That's it.
scouts right now, and it's not their plan; it's how they react when something goes wrong. That's going to dictate how well they do. What happens when this thing comes off the rails? How are you going to mentally react to it? Are you going to double back and try and stick to the original plan, even though it's failing? Or are you going to pivot, adjust, and make it work? Because there is no plan that survives. It doesn't
Man,
happen.
what was that? Page 70? What?
Like I said, we've been
78.
told. But that's not exactly where I expected it to be. Well, I'm going to keep going to that position anyway because that was my orders. That's the conscript shit the Soviets used to pull, and that's what failed.
Yeah.
And that's what our biggest strength in the American military is: how to react to failure, how to react to something. How are you going to pick yourself up? How are you going to react to it, and how are you going to move forward?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You've got to train for failure.
Yes. How to react.
Unfortunately, it sounds funny, but you could say that to an average person, but they're like, "What the hell do you mean But I mean, it's true.
You fell in peacetime, so in wartime you know how to react.
Well, what's the old running joke about American doctrine? The Soviets always said that the doctrine is just basically something that holds their doors closed or props their desk up. All of our doctrine books, we'll read it. It's a good mental exercise, but we're not.
It's a good foundation. Literally, if it's under the desk, it's a good foundation.
Yeah, holding up the desk, right?
Yeah.
But all right, 32 stand up. He's got a question here: is how would you use drone and AI war in a state, and how to better give us an advantage? I think that honestly, there's so many different types of drones right now. There's tactical, operational, strategic drone sets. So I think that honestly, it's just another tool. It's like I said, they're using strategic drones in Russia right now from the Ukrainian side, and they're hitting like supply chains and like their version of Amazon. I think that's a creative way of doing it. They're using tactical drones on the things you can hold in your palm. They're not going to be deep strike capabilities. It's just another version of air.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think the next step in AI is going to be not drones, but like every munition is going to be a smart munition. So every missile that you launch is going to have an AI. And I think that's where we're headed. Because then you launch the missile and it's fire and forget. But then if the target that the missile is after gets destroyed, then that missile will make another decision. And so I think that's where we're headed.
I think that it's going to cost.
That would be crazy. Yeah, it will cost a lot.
No, it won't. Because technology doubles every 18 months ish. So like it will just like everything else. Like when pagers came out, pagers were $50 or $99, whatever. Nobody uses pagers anymore because the technology is opposite. What I'm getting at is like AIs will become so commonplace that the technology for them will become inexpensive.
Okay. I really think, especially when it comes to our defense procurement cycles, that it's too slow. And I listened to something the other day.
That is a true statement.
I think that this is where we need to break the procurement process. And this is just me speaking. I'm not, or shall I ever speak for the U.S. government on this podcast? There's my disclaimer. But when the cycle that goes through on from design, development, procurement, implementation, and retirement of processes measured in days instead of years, it's too quick. And we are married to a very slow, very detailed. We've been burned, so we had to add a layer of bureaucracy to it. That puts us in a bad spot.
And there's plenty of layers.
The initiative, especially on the smaller scale, that's where we need to start focusing on. 3D printers. I think that's going to be the cure for AI in drones. 3D printers.
Interesting.
The ability to create this at the lower level. Pushing innovation down to the lower level. How did they break off in Normandy Beach? There was a bunch of hedgehogs on the beach. They welded to the front at Sherman's to break out in the bocage. So bad planning. They didn't think that they thought they were going to break right through the bocage. Instead, there was a kid from I don't know where grabbed a welder, started scrapping a bunch of those hedgehogs on the beach, putting them to the tanks, and they're breaking through instead of getting funneled right to a fatal frontal and just torn apart by the Germans. That's what makes a difference.
Yeah.
How you get off the beach in the Pacific, small unit leadership pushing through and finding gaps and exercising initiative, not being afraid to take charge. The best plan means shit if you don't have NCOs to implement it and staff NCOs to push it through. Generals
32 stand up. Thanks for following. Pretty cool. I appreciate you. Thanks for chiming in and chatting with us too. So sorry, wanted to throw that out there. He said he had to go to work. So
have fun at work.
Yeah. Sunday night,
have fun at work. Well,
maybe
shoot, maybe, yeah.
But I mean, it's not new. It's just more words on the same subject, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've talked on quite a bit here. I think it is time, and this is going to be a fun one. I'm excited about this because we haven't had Mark on here for a little while to do his part, the humdingers. So it should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. But this is words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom brought to you by the FireSide Chat crew. The FireSide Chat crew.
All right, I got one shout out before we kick this off. And I'm a Cowboys fan. You know this about me. They're like one of my least favorite teams, but they have a native Navajo, Sheaz Pete, on their team, and he just brought the Navajo Nation's first Navajo player in the NFL, and he had a game, and he talked about we all came here as strangers, but the star makes us brothers. The post-game speech this kid did was amazing. Like I said, I don't usually can't stand the Cowboys, but this kid, I'm a fan for life for this kid, and he's a walk-on kid. He's doing the job, and he's a big lineman out of the nation. So I'm going to give him a big shout out.
That's awesome. What was his name? Do you know?
Sheaz Pete.
Sheaz Pete.
Yeah, his last name is Pete. But I mean, the
Very
Navajo
cool.
Nation showed up to a preseason game to watch this kid play, and they were just going off the chain. So nothing but respect to this kid.
That's awesome.
I mean, talk about the code talkers and the irony of an Indian player for the Cowboys, but whatever. Like, that's a little fun mental exercise for me. But yeah, he talked about the star and brought them together, and he broke them down the other day in the locker room. So nothing but respect. All right,
very nice.
Ready for the book?
Yeah, hit us with a book, man.
There's the theme, and I got this from my daughter yesterday because she's been listening as we talk about history in the car with History It Doesn't Suck. It's a podcast. I know it's competing, but not really. But if you see Young Washington, he was the historical advisor for it, and on the movie, great. His name's Greg Jackson, and it's called Been There, Done That. And I would put it on the website, but I haven't pulled it up yet. But how our history shows what we can overcome. So the doom and gloom of history and how the news cycle is talking about how we've never been this divided before. He breaks it out about how we have been that divided before, how we can overcome it, and how this has never been a new situation. We've been through some hard times, and we can make it together. So Greg Jackson, also a professor on the campus where Charlie Kirk got assassinated or shot.
Really? Wow.
And he was not, because he wasn't teaching that day because he was actually on sabbatical, but he talked about that as well. Being great American. His stories, we listened to an hour-long talk on the way back from Indianapolis about the making of the Brooklyn Bridge. They talk about the family. A great American storyteller. So if you ever listen to Paul Harvey, highly recommend this. So
nice.
But yeah, my daughter bought me the book. It's probably one of my favorite things. I'm gonna have her sign it for me because we were listening to it together. She's like, she saw it in Barnes and Noble. Like, don't let Dad know I'm buying it for her. I about bought it, but she did. So.
That's awesome, man.
My kids are paying attention.
Proud dad
that's
moment.
A good thing. Yeah, right.
I had so many proud dad moments yesterday. My oldest gave me a picture in a frame of us kind of leaning together because we were having a moment and somebody snapped a picture and said my hero, and I about busted out bawling, man. She's 20. So
man.
Like I said, I was nothing but humbled yesterday. Sometimes I feel like I'm an imposter and I deserve this life. So, but gotta earn it every day. So,
oh man,
I think that's all of us, Jess. Yep. There's not a day I don't think any of us don't think we're an imposter of some kind.
It was a gut check, brother. So, like I said, yesterday was humbling and amazing. So,
well, you're worth it, man. You're worth it.
I appreciate you.
Good.
Love you guys.
I love you, man.
Myself on mic.
Love you back, brother.
All right. Vic, that was you talking. You can go ahead and say your words of wisdom here.
Well, in a line of our discussion of brilliance in the basics, the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah. I like it. All right, Mike, what do you got for us?
Wisdom is nothing but a preparation of the soul, a capacity, a secret art of thinking, feeling, and breathing thoughts of unity at every moment of life.
Ooh, dang. All right. That's good, man. I'm telling you what, Mark, you're going to have a rough go tonight. And that's Humdingers with Mark O'Loughlin.
In response to that young man asking if he should join the military, and then our talk of war and brilliance in the basics and adapting, overcoming, and how AI might affect combat, it all comes down. When all is said and done, it is the infantryman who makes the attack and in whose hands rest the decisions of victory or defeat. It is his back which sustains the heaviest burdens, his body which suffers the greatest hardship, and his life which is suspended by the most tenuous thread.
Dang. That is so cool. Right, I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Man, if you're not ready to go out and, storm the beach or something like that, man, you just don't have a soul in you. That's all I got to say.
Mark was going to whip out his Hulk Hogan and start going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Macho Man.
That's what Jess was doing.
I was shaking. I was so excited. Like little chihuahua.
Little chihuahua.
Nowadays, if we try to rip our shirts off, we'd be like,
yeah. Just take it off. Just
too strong. Too strong. My arthritis won't let me.
My plantar fasciitis.
That hurts too.
Robert Hare and the VSO to wrap up their disability benefits.
You're not wrong.
It's true. That's true.
There's a lot of I got this until you don't. They're like, oh, I better start this claim right now.
All right. Well, hey, fellas, thanks for coming on and doing this. Much appreciated. You guys rock. I don't care what anybody says about you. To everybody out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some good resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net. Click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life loss is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, fellas, again, one last time. You guys rock. To everybody out there, stay motivated.
Change your socks.
Change your socks.
Change your socks.
We get there eventually.
Change those filthy socks.
You served on active duty with purpose. Get that purpose back by joining the Marine Corps League.
Support the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. Enter our quarterly raffle for a Saddleback Leather Company flight bag. 1 ticket for $10 or 3 for $25. Support veterans. Enter now. Every veteran has a story. Every story is a piece of history. Join the project as we collect, preserve, educate, and inspire. The Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices. preserving voices, protecting legacies.